Hey everybody, Adam Davidson, RadCast. It's Tuesday, the 11th of February, 2020. Let's get right to it. This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 13. He says, "Therefore, with minds that are alert and fully sober," good morning, hope you got your coffee, "set your hope on the grace to be brought to you when Jesus Christ is revealed at his coming. As obedient children, do not conform to the evil desires you had when you lived in ignorance, but just as he who called you is holy, so be holy in all you do. For it is written, 'Be holy, because I am holy.'" And that's the word of the Lord. I like Peter. He was a disciple. He was the first guy. Jesus calls him from the boat. He's one of the first ones to get called in. All through the Gospels, Peter is walking with Jesus, close to Jesus. He's like his number one guy, his right-hand person, that whole thing. And Peter has some highs and lows throughout the Gospels. There's some times where he is like student number one, gets all the stars because he acknowledges that Jesus is the Messiah without anyone telling him that. And Jesus is like, "Peter, that you know I'm the Messiah. My Father told you that. That's great." Then a few seconds later, Jesus starts talking about his crucifixion, and Peter pulls Jesus aside and rebukes him. "Bad idea, Peter. Bad idea, dude. You never tell Jesus where he's wrong." And so Jesus rebukes him back, calls him Satan. It's pretty dynamic. Anyway, so Peter has this long history as a disciple. And so if you and I are called to be disciples, followers of Jesus, who are meant to become like Jesus in our lives, Peter can teach us a thing or two. And one of the things he gets to in his writing is just the fact that you stay at it. You stay focused on Jesus. You anticipate suffering. You anticipate trials. Peter even acknowledges early on in 1 Peter that no, we don't see Jesus, but we love him. That's what he says earlier on in that chapter. He says, you don't understand. There's this inheritance. There is this goodness. There is this grand plan that God has. And as we follow Jesus, we can trust him to be faithful to the very end. So the real question is, on this fine Tuesday, can you and I be trusted to be faithful to him? That's what discipleship is. This isn't a test. We don't have to jump through certain hoops to prove that we love God. That's not what it's about at all. Discipleship, following Jesus, is about life transformation. And one of the things that Jesus wants to change about us is our selfishness, our brokenness, our tendency to take the wrong path. Every one of us know that there is a darkness in this world, there's a darkness around us, and even some inside of us. Jesus wants to cleanse us from that. He wants us to be whole. He wants us to live abundant lives, and he's the only one that can help us do it. So, all that being said, Peter tells us, be holy because God is holy. That's the standard. That's impossible. We can't do that. Yet we can if we submit to Jesus, if we seek the filling of his Spirit, and if we just say, today I am a disciple. Today I will follow Jesus, do the things of Jesus, see people with the eyes of Jesus. Watch what happens on this Tuesday. Let's follow him together. That's RadCast.